Okay, so like this like feminism thing, I'm gonna start there, right?
Okay, cool.
This like feminism idea, this modern idea about like women being independent and whatever. I think it's like a whole trick.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's an agenda, and I think it's an agenda to emasculate the Black man and to masculate the Black woman, and to have her sorry.
Sorry.
And to have her kind of operating from a masculine level, doing things for herself, and as a result, emasculating her partner, and therefore being single, raising kids on their own, and then having men blaming the woman for being single mothers, or blaming how the offspring turns out because they were raised by single mothers. So part of the feminism agenda kind of speaks to, you know, female liberation, female economic liberation, but specifically female autonomy.
Okay.
Having the space and capacity and right to make your own choices, financially, physically, sexually, and all that stuff. Well, I believe in it. I believe, yes, autonomy is definitely one of the best ideas that feminism could have come up with. Yeah. The others, they kind of speak to another agenda. I don't want to work every day. I'd actually rather be at home taking care of our kids, and you can do it. Stay masculine, and I want to stay feminine.
Don't go.
So along the line, along the trail of overstimulation of social media and overstimulation of information, I think the wires got crossed. And it goes back to like the other agenda of like new age hip hop, where it's like, fuck my baby daddy, fuck my baby daddy, fuck my daddy, I don't fuck my baby daddy. It goes back to, I'm gonna fuck who I want, I'm gonna do who I want, I'm gonna no. And it's this big masculine energy that's like seeping out of these beautiful feminine beings.
Hey.
So because men are on the other side, half the time feeling emasculated, half the time being masculine, it shows up as, okay, fine, sharp, I'll pay you. It's...
Oh, to get the power back.
You get me. So my thoughts on it are quite vast and like branched out.
Yeah.
And I can't have like one answer for it. I do believe women should have sexual autonomy. I should be able to fuck who I want, sleep with who I want to, kiss who I want to, woman or man, big,
boom.
But I also believe that men should be in a position to
fuck who they want, you know.
But also they already do.
They have been.
But it's not always who they want.
Hey.
They be fucking, but it's not always who they want.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like the whole transactional culture shows up to me in a projective way. Someone's projecting. It's either the males or the females, but somebody is projecting, and it's unhealthy because I understand. I get it. You want to live in a space of femininity and have your man be masculine near you and take care of you and pay for this and take you to 2A and take you to wherever. But that's not the reality that every single woman in South Africa lives in.
Yeah.
That's not the LSM that everybody is experiencing or the demographic that everybody lives in. So then it makes it tricky because now every girl is now brought up in that programming. Every new girl, Lababa knew, Zeti knew.
Yeah.
They brought up in that programming of thinking,
this is the way
I can't
it
just
is.
give it up for nothing. Like, where's my vuso?
Hey.
So why do we tiptoe around with such information?
Because it's tricky. You have to be very careful with your wording.
Yeah.
And be careful to not be cancelled, and be careful to not almost chastise a certain gender for something that is an effect of socialization.
It's not as simple as shortcuts. So regardless of what gender, because there's guys as well that sleep with other guys for money.
Yeah.
Is it not just
women.
yeah?
VU on adulting.
Yeah.
Is it not just a simple thing of people just don't want to work for the money anymore? It's like a shortcut. So for example, like, okay, you can be with a man, right, who starts from scratch. You can see the vision, he builds this thing and whatever. It takes years, maybe 5-6 years, but eventually he gets there to the point that you want him to get. But, you know, you had to be patient, right? As opposed to just being with a guy who you know next week if you sleep with him will get you to that level. So it's a shortcut. Isn't it as simple as
It
that?
is. And like feminism, I'm not Bob the Builder. I'm not sticking around.
I'm trying to
give me feminism. Ukuthi sifuna ukudismantla patriarchy.
Yeah.
Even you can be a feminist.
Yeah, 100%, definitely.
By actively dismantling patriarchy.
Yes.
By saying, okay, I'm
Women
looking around
must
this
be-
room.
yeah.
How many men? How many women?
Yes.
Do you see what I'm saying?
100%.
That, to me, that is feminism.
Yes.
And fighting for that.
That, yes.
Now,
Regardless of gender.
regardless of gender.
Thank you.
Yeah.
About
no,
the
of
gender,
like, who
'cause
are
want the
you?
equality.
Yes. Okay.
Yes,
I hear
like
you.
as a man, I can still fight for that.
Yeah, regardless of gender. So for me, go murky.
Nah,
Go
people
tricky
just,
because it's just like, I'm raising a girl. The last thing I want her to see is these high school kids who are doing the most, whatever. I don't want to talk about it too much and mention names and like, angikuphi sound bites.
yeah.
But, excuse me, the good thing, I got it cleansing. Because it's one thing to live in your femininity, you know?
Yeah.
And to only attract men that are just here to take care of you.
Yeah.
And to live in that reality.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
one
there are
thing.
women who do that.
And they are.
They're
and
not feminists.
And yeah.
No,
they
they're
just,
not feminists necessarily.